Good evening and thank you all for tuning in to our Year 9 Information Evening. My name is Clayton Couples and I am the Year 9 Coordinator and Middle School Manager of Mirboo North Secondary College. The purpose of this presentation is to give you, the parent of a Year 8 student, an overview of what we offer in the Year 9 program at Mirboo North Secondary College in 2023. In terms of educational opportunities and extracurricular activities. Firstly, is the recognition that this is your child's last year in middle school before moving up into senior school. It is a time of transition, challenge, and growing maturity for them, and it isn't always easy. In fact, it's often difficult and filled with ups and downs, but it is the way we face the challenges that shape the character of the student. So at Mirboo North Secondary College, we encourage students to embrace these challenges with determination and maturity, and to start making active choices for themselves that will lead to greater opportunities for themselves in the future. The first big choice they face as Year 9s is to choose their electives. Up until now, the curriculum has been set to maximise the variety of educational experiences in order to lay a solid foundation upon which a student can progressively specialise. Students can choose 2 subjects per semester and encouraged to think carefully about not only whether they will enjoy the subject, but what they will get out of it too. But more on that later. Year 9 is also a year that opens up some more leadership opportunities for your child if they are willing to shoulder the responsibility. We look for Year 9 captains each year to represent the student cohort, and these students not only join VOS, the Voice of the Students group, but also have presentation and speaking opportunities at school assemblies too. School captains are always welcome to expand their role, and we welcome them getting involved in the lunchtime activities program run by Student Engagement. Lastly, I just wanted to remind you that we have a literacy focus across the whole school, which is increasingly embedded into every aspect of the curriculum. Given that communication is the pathway to knowledge, we take this endeavour quite seriously and believe that every student has a right and a duty to learn how to think, write, and speak with accuracy and clarity. As Kofi Annan once said, literacy is, finally, the road to human progress and the means through which every man, woman and child can realise his or her true potential. We want that for our students here at Mirboo North Secondary College, that there be no insurmountable barrier to achievement and success. So what does Year 9 look like structurally? Well, there are core units and elective units. Every student continues to get a grounding in English, math, science, and the humanities, while also gaining access to the Year 9 Community Challenge program, which opens up even more doors to experience. As mentioned previously, students then complete their learning load by selecting electives, 2 subjects per semester, 4 elective subjects for the year. Electives can be chosen from visual art and design, media arts, music, fantastic fiction, history through film, German 1 and German 2, extension and enrichment maths, an introduction to furniture making, digital technologies, international cooking, active for life, and world of sports. Please note that if you choose German 1, you must choose German 2. So German 1 first semester, German 2 second semester. And then if you choose German 2, you must have completed German 1. Further to this topic, Frau Flake now informs me that the German sister school student exchange program is getting back up and running again. Fantastic news. That means that if you would like the opportunity to travel overseas, to learn and expand on the language you are learning, and immerse yourself in European culture, this could be your best opportunity yet. In order to access this amazing, potentially once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, you would have to continue with German this coming year, which means you'll only get 2 electives to choose from for the year. With that in mind, as long as the elective forms come back as soon as possible, German students are prioritised to get their first preferences, given they sacrificed 2 of their electives for German. Please also note that there are now no restrictions on how many PE subjects you can choose this year, given there are only 2 being offered. And this is how it looks in terms of a slice of time. You can see there English, Maths, Science and Humanities make up the core block. We have Community Challenge in there with 5 periods, and then we have the 2 electives that they will do, and 2 each semester, adding up to 4 for the whole year. Now, so how do you choose your electives? Each student receives an email from us with a link to the electives portal. Your first web page should look a lot like the one that you see on the screen now. And now I'm just going to cut to an internet browser and take you through the process of how to select your electives. And we're back. In addition to all that I've mentioned so far, there are also other extracurricular activities and opportunities available to all Year 9 students. There's inter-school sport, various subject-based excursions, the South Gippsland music program, which offers individual lessons or group lessons, as well as ensemble and opportunities to go and play with other musicians from other schools. Fantastic. There's the Melbourne camp in a day, and then of course there's Community Challenge, which takes you out on the East Gippsland camp, which I've been on and was absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to handball over to Rebecca Woodall, our current acting assistant principal, who is also a key organiser of the Community Challenge program, to talk about the program and what it can offer your child next year.
Thanks, Clay. Our Challenge program offers students an alternative learning environment to complement the other subjects that they study in Year 9. The objectives, as outlined on this slide, underpin our curriculum and program planning, as well as meet the VCAA capability requirements. We strive to deliver a diverse program at Mirboo North Secondary College that includes a range of guest speakers and activities, with a goal to challenge students to meet these objectives. Some topics and activities that we have incorporated into our program in 2022 include growth mindset sessions with George Telford, spin chat through Independence Australia, a variety of physical challenges that run throughout the year, Moresby career profiling, first aid qualifications, mental health first aid qualifications, life skills sessions, as well as social and emotional learning activities. In 2021, we piloted a unit that challenged students to understand the ageing process. This year, we are very proud to have incorporated the learning opportunity fully into our program for all students. We also encourage students to attend excursions such as the wind farm and desalination plant, where students are encouraged to develop an understanding of changes that are impacting our community. We also have our infamous Mount Worth State Park Barbecue Challenge excursion that proves to be popular year and year about with students. Other excursions include our Melbourne camp in a day and the week-long East Gippsland camp that happens in November. At the end of each semester, we wrap up with our roundtable discussions, which are an important assessment tool for us that not only prepare students for employment and communicating with adults in a formal setting, but are also an opportunity for students to provide feedback on the program, which often influences our future planning. I will hand back to Clay now for some final reminders.
And I'm back with finally just a few reminders. The Year 9 Elective Handbook is currently online for you to download under Middle School on our website. The elective process is online, as I've shown you previously in this presentation. And finally, your elective selections need to be back to the school by Friday, the 5th of August. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, if you have any further questions or queries, you can direct them to the principal class and myself as the middle school manager or any of the coordinators. Thank you. Hello, and I'm about to take you through the preferences process for selecting electives. Bear with me one moment. Just going to share my screen, and here we are. So because I've already done this once before, I'm past the part where I put in my username and my password, which I received through my school email. Okay, so every student will get a link through their student email, like just like was on the slide you saw previously. When you go in here, if you've already done it before, you will see this submitted preference receipt down the bottom, and you will notice that you have, or well, I have, 2 more submission opportunities remaining. Okay. So when you want to make your selection, if you're doing it for the first time or the second, you click on this green button here. And it takes you in here. So notice up the top, you've got click on your preferences. We're now on select your preferences. Once we get past this page, we go to submit valid preferences. So you make your final selection, and then finally view and print receipt, which will need to be returned to the school with both your signature as a parent and the signature of the child to confirm your selections. Note that compulsory subjects have already been selected for you. So all you need to do is select 4 Year 9 electives and 3 reserves. They're your backup selections. If a subject is important to you, you must select it before any other less important subject. Okay, so we go in order of priority. The number of classes to be run in a subject will depend upon the number of students who select the subject in their preferences. If the school decides not to run a subject you've selected, then it may be replaced by one of your reserve subjects. If you have any concerns, you can speak to myself or another coordinator. Okay, there's also a link to the Year 9 handbook there. If it's for some reason not current, I can guarantee the most recent one is on our website under the middle school section. You can download that as a PDF. So let's come down here. All right. So we have a Year 9 core subjects in here, as you can see. And we have our electives down here. Now, I've already made a series of selections here. All right. So I'm going to make some changes now. I'm going to put in fantastic fiction. I'm going to put in digital technologies. I'm going to stick with German. Okay, notice it came up with a warning that I've already selected it more than once. I did that to show you that this software will correct you if you make mistakes, and it won't let you proceed if you make an error as well. If I, for example, did not select the second German subject, so I'll change that to music. Okay, and then I've got my other selections here. I'll leave them. If I was to try and proceed at this point, the software is going to tell me that I've made an incorrect selection. Okay, and it tells me why. In selecting German 1, I must also select German 2 as a preference. Okay, so I say, okay, no worries. Sorry, music, you must go because I really want to do German and I want to go on that German exchange. And I hit proceed. It'll come up here for you to review, carefully go through, make sure that these are the selections that you really wish to make. Make sure that these last 3 are the reserves that you'd be happy to do if for some reason your first preferences weren't available. Once you're happy with that, submit valid preferences. And then you come to this page here. Okay, your preference receipt. Once again, carefully check that these are the selections that you're happy with. And notice at the bottom here, there is a place for student signature and for the parent or guardian signature there. Okay, go here to open print view and print the receipt. You'll then sign them and bring them in by no later than the 5th of August. Thank you.